See the little horsies behind me? I don't even know what my bank balance is. I didn't get the help that I requested to relocate to be of service in a different part of BC. And this is from a government ministry that owes me money already. And they refuse things after a month. Well, that's the longest I've had to wait for an answer. But they want you to appeal it, because then they'll do whatever they feel like, but at least they'll be able to launder this money between, their departments. Like going downhill, I told this ministry already that it took a big chunk of my budget to buy the new gas pedal cable, which I didn't get a chance to install yet because I don't have the right tools. You need to pay that or borrow them from people I do favor from, but they never get around to, giving back. A lot of people are used to taking and not giving back. So, I've stopped doing the appeals with this ministry because I don't want to get a heart attack or a panic attack when you actually are winning and you can tell their response is, yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, they don't seem to make sense based on evidence presented. And if you win, then technically one of their own staff prior should be investigated for, I don't know if you want to call it third-degree attempted murder. I don't know, because, poor people aren't popular for this ministry that has a limited, that's who they serve, right? Except I'm not a drug addict, or I don't commit crimes, and I don't have mental illness. I'm just a minimalist based on the times we live in. We live in the end times, right? We've started the end game already. So I want to live as a minimalist, but I want that if there's any taxes withdrawn, like let's say I put fuel, that they're not used against me, these taxes, right? To shorten my lifespan, because I saw a sign that was kind of insulting for me. But yesterday I met a young woman who I find very appealing in many ways, so I don't want to die. The engine of my Musicho compresses very well, so it does a lot of the braking. But if my gas pedal does what it did that made me buy a new one that I didn't put in yet because I'm in survival mode, I can't get the help or the tools, is if it goes full blast on the fuel, I lose my engine compression. I could turn off the engine, but engine compression is when the engine actually compresses fuel, and I have to turn off my fuel if the pedal malfunctions going downhill. That means I lose the ability to brake, and my brakes are already compromised in the back, it seems, in the last week. So, yes, if the ministry makes decisions, the Ministry of Poverty Creation, where there's measurable probabilities to put you at risk and minimize your life through accidents or hardships or sickness, then yes, you could call it third-degree murder for these staff that think only about the limited amount of money going into their ministry for their retirement, for their salaries, for their colleagues that they don't even know or wouldn't even like, except at a party they'll just talk about how horrible their clients are. Which are you, the British Columbians, that there's going to be more and more of, because there's no problem solving in all ministries of British Columbia. There's no preparing for the future. So I don't know where I'm going to run out of fuel, but I can tell you that I still want to live, if not for that lady, because love has always been one of the things. Speaking of the sign that insulted me, if that lady liked me as much as I liked her, I'm hoping at some point some of her thoughts would be Mount Baldy. I found it a bit insulting when I saw the sign, but if she keeps thinking that, because I find her very appealing in many ways that are more about her thinking, I'm sure I would enjoy kissing many different parts of her, but the thing is her thinking seems very compatible to me, that I wanted to give her a hug in that short meeting when her car broke down. And I sure hope that we'll see each other again and she'll keep thinking mounting Baldy wouldn't be so bad. So, and we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. Wherever I finish up, when this maybe last gas tank runs out, is I'm gonna try to set roots there. And it's going to be another community where, hey, the ball's in your court now. You either make use of this guy with so many different polymath skill sets for your job market and culture repair things that a little bit of love thrown in there would be nice, that you might get to keep them there. Man, if you lose them, maybe at some point I'll have more money for fuel, you'll lose them. Again, it's not just up to me, people. A community is up to all its members.